Welcome to Founders Future, a podcast powered by Closers.io, where we dive into the journeys of innovative entrepreneurs and explore the road ahead for them and their companies. I'm your host, Ammar, and in each episode, we uncover the stories behind impactful ventures, the challenges faced along the way, and the strategies driving their future growth. Today, we are absolutely thrilled to be joined by Heather McGonigal, co-CEO and co-founder of Empowering Leadership Teams, a woman-owned leadership development company that helps organizations build aligned, high-performing teams through the lens of human behavior. Heather and her team support both individual leaders and full leadership teams with practical, real-world training that strengthens communication, deepens self-awareness, and builds cultures of accountability and trust. With a background in business coaching, education, and mindful leadership, Heather brings a grounded, human-centered approach to developing leaders at every level of the organization. Heather, welcome to Founders Future.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm so happy to be here for this conversation.
I am excited to dive in. I always like to start from the beginning. So take us on a little trip down memory lane to before you started empowering leadership teams. What were you doing at the time? And then what was really the motivation behind starting the company?
All right. Well, I'll take you all the way back really quickly. So, when I was a little girl, I really wanted to be a teacher, and I used to have a chalkboard and desks and put my stuffed animals and my little brother there and make them come to class every day. And then
Nice.
fast forward in my life, and when it came time to choose college, the summer before, I actually did summer stock theater in Vermont, where I grew up. And I ended up falling fully in love with theater and gave up this vision of being a teacher and went into performing arts, which took me from Vermont to New York City and then to LA. Then I decided to retire from acting and after pursuing a master's in spiritual psychology at a special school here in California called the University of Santa Monica.
Okay.
And then I was moving forward with that master's degree, and I got connected to a fellow graduate of the same program who had a really strong background in business. And
Mm,
she was looking to build her team. She needed coaches, and I ended up meeting her and helping her develop her first online product. So we were filming videos, and I was helping her with my acting background. And she said, "Why don't you just come work for us?"
awesome.
Which I did. And I did that for almost a decade, for about 8 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And we
Awesome.
developed a year-long leadership training program, of which I became the program director. So I helped deliver it. I also helped continue its evolution to keep meeting the needs of small entrepreneurial teams and their businesses. And then a year ago, almost exactly, my former employer decided she wanted to downsize and just go back to being a focused for herself as a high-end consultant. And she allowed a few of us employees to inherit the year-long program and keep the legacy going. And thus, Empowering Leadership Teams, which is my company, was born. And why
Yeah.
I started out mentioning to myself teaching with the stuffed animals when I was a little girl. You never know how life is going to turn out. But I ended up being a teacher of leadership and teamwork and collaboration. And I would have never envisioned how that path all went, but it's all turned
Amazing.
out perfectly. And I'm very passionate about what we do to help entrepreneurial leaders and their teams.
I love that. You manifested it ever since you were a
Yes,
child.
yes.
Yeah. I love that. So let's dive into empowering leadership teams. Let's give the listeners more context. Who would you say is your ideal customer? Who do you love to work with? And then from there, we can dive into the different offers and services.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's been changing a lot in this past year, what our ideal client and avatar is. Traditionally, it would be an entrepreneurial business owner who knows that they need support in developing their team. They maybe are just building their team, and we help support the building and strengthening of their leadership team and
Mm.
how that team collaborates. We help develop the team to think like the CEO about their business, how to bring things forward. And we help develop the CEO to be able to really be a healthy member of that collaborative think tank. And the best clients for us are either business owners who care about their company reputation and care about the people part of their business,
Uh-huh.
or individuals inside of those companies who know they want to continue to up level their own professional career, and they want, yeah, and they're going to invest in themselves. And that in the past year, we've developed a lot of new offerings that
Mm.
allow the individual to invest in themselves.
Okay. Okay, so walk me through some of those new offerings that you guys came out with.
Okay, great. So we have our year-long program, which is the more high-end VIP offering that CEOs put their teams into. But the newer offerings, we have a mindset reset intensive package, which is very much priced so that the individual can pay for a small coaching package and get immediate transformation in how they're thinking about themselves in relationship to their career, their business, their team, anywhere there might be blocks. We also have a special mindful leader program. This is a great program for any individual feeling like, hey, I don't know if I'm staying at this company forever. I don't know where I'm heading next, but I know that I want to keep up leveling and developing myself. And it comes with a self-paced recorded videos, but weekly group coaching call. So you get that group
Okay.
coaching call and you get that support.
Okay, I was actually, you read my mind. I was literally about to ask, how does that work in terms of, is it just courses, but they get the weekly group coaching call and then they get the self-paced videos as well.
Yes.
I would love to, sorry, go for it.
Oh, for all our offerings, people can always add one-on-one coaching, right? But that makes it a little more expensive. But we do have coaching packages available that they can add at any point.
Okay, very cool, but that's additional.
Yes.
Now, walk me through the back end of the business. When it comes to generating leads and acquiring customers for your business, what does that process currently look like?
The main part of the process, traditionally, a large part of our clientele that literally we still have clients that have been with us for a decade. Those clients came through a high-end mastermind that my previous employer was a part of, and they got to know us and they've stayed with us. In the current new business for the past year, what we've been working on, because I have myself as a CEO and then two other co-CEOs, and we've
Okay.
been really working on expanding our presence and networking. We have locations I'm in Westlake Village, California. I have a business owner in Vermont and a business owner in Oregon. And so the three of us are out there strengthening our professional networks, because that's really the most powerful way. And then encouraging any clients who have worked with us to know what we're up to, and so that they can refer clients as well. And other than that, we created some other small offerings that we could get out there with some backing of some ads to grow our list and grow our presence in that way. Did
So,
that answer your question?
yeah, it does. What do you mean smaller offerings with ads? Walk me through that. Is it an opt-in to a newsletter, for example, or what does that look like?
We do have a really great newsletter. Thank you for mentioning that, because I didn't have that top of mind. We have a really great newsletter called The Huddle.
Yeah.
And we publish that on LinkedIn, and also people can get on our list and get that huddle. It's filled with just really good information, blogs, video trainings. We also have a pretty robust YouTube channel where we try to provide a lot of value. The other offering I was also alluding to was that we have a ebook on mindful leadership. So we have an ebook that covers a lot of our teachings specific to the area of mindful leadership. And that's a way that but that costs $3. So that's an easy way for people to get something and get a small taste of us and get on our list. And they
Yeah.
might find that they want to go from there to our mindful leader program.
Okay, very cool. I'm curious your perspective on this because I have a lot of coaches and consultants that come on, and I always like to talk about the idea of building a predictable lead generation machine. The analogy I always like to use is a faucet. You turn it on, you get more leads. You turn
Yeah.
it off, you get less leads. What is your perspective when it comes to building that, and what are you doing to build more predictability and consistency when it comes to lead flow?
I think the one of the things a key word I'm hearing you say is consistency. And so one of the things we worked really hard to develop is the consistent presence of us on social media, on YouTube, on LinkedIn, with our newsletter, and using that to build connection and build leads. We've done some ad spend as a small business in this first year, but not a huge amount of ad spend in that way. So we're really looking relationally and
Mm,
meeting people one-on-one. So I do these coffee chat calls, which really is the best way for clients to get to know us. And that's where I connect to someone, hope to provide a lot of value to help them in this moment right now, and then offer them after the call customized offerings of ways that we might work together.
I see. I see. What does the sales process look like? So what are the different steps that the a prospect would go through for them to become a client?
To reach out for this coffee chat, which is through our website, it's www.empoweringleadershipteams.com/coffee chat. From there, they can grab a spot on my calendar. We have a discovery call together where, like I said, I really try to focus on giving them the experience of coaching with me so that they get a sense of our toolbox, they get a sense of who I am and the value that we can provide. And then it's up to them whether it's a match to explore something further. Usually, I follow up with that call with an email, kind of recapping anything we've talked about that might be a good match for them, and leave it in their court to decide how they want to proceed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you enjoy taking those calls?
I do. Yes, I
Yeah.
do. And we have clients all over the world. So I recently had a great discovery call with someone in Australia. And I just love the ability to connect with people all over and really just help them meet this moment in time. I think the truth is, it's a very challenging time. There's a lot of fast paced change and moving parts happening. And one of the things that is integral to what I teach as far as the human behavior part is the difference between going through things in self protection or being able to show up in challenge and change in self leadership, anchored in how you really want to show up, the reputation you're going for. And that can be very challenging in today's world climate and business climate. And I think getting that ability to show up and with choice in self leadership, no matter what else is happening around you, is so valuable. So,
Mm,
really, I think of myself first and foremost as an empowerment coach that really helps people get those tools to meet the moment and show up in ways that they can be proud regardless and have the impact they want to have regardless of anything else that's happening.
wow. I love that. When you think of your vision and you think about where you want to take the company, let's say over the next 12 months,
Yes.
what are the revenue targets, performance targets? What are you aiming for?
What I'm aiming for is I really want to have a robust group of people in our programs and continue to grow the community. So we have a leadership community, and anyone who purchases anything with us gets access to that community. And in that community, one of the most popular channels of communication is people sharing when they're hiring, when they're looking for things, or when they're needing a role. And I have found that people really value that right now because the hiring market can feel a little strange for people at this moment in time. I always think it has turned out to be like online dating, right? Like just swipe right, apply to everything. And yet you really have to be strategic about how you apply. and
Yeah.
getting to know, having a personal connection that can make an introduction to you for you in a job offering makes all the difference. So we really are trying to grow and foster this leadership community that we've had for the past decade and have that be there for people. These are the team members of the entrepreneurial businesses that are in our leadership community. And really, there's a lot of masterminds and communities for C-suite professionals, but not a lot that are really for the team. And so I really want to grow that community and have it feel really active and really robust for people and grow our programs. And of course, revenue wise, I always say I live in California, right? So it's one of the more expensive places to live in our country. And I just want to live comfortably, have the ability to travel, have the impact that I want to have, and have my two co-owners in the business have their needs met in that way too. So just getting to that place where on a regular basis we don't have those concerns and we're just growing beyond that, because this first year has definitely been a time of learning, growth, and pivoting. We
Mhm.
really developed things to meet every price point. I hope I've explained that clearly in what I've talked
Yeah.
about, right?
Yeah, yeah, I love that. You very clear. When you think of that vision and you think about the robust group of people you want to have inside of your program, growing the community, obviously being more consistent when it comes to revenue, what do you feel like is the biggest challenge you're facing right now to making that happen?
I think honestly, we're going through a bit of a change in the business world. I think that the younger people entering the workforce have been speaking up for some time about what is unhealthy in business cultures and what they don't want to accept, what is not okay for them. And then we have some people in the workforce that are still part of that older way of being, and they think things have to be this certain way and have tolerated some unhealthy business culture. Everything that I teach and believe in really is about fostering a healthy business culture where we come together. We all spend a lot of our time of our life at work.
Yeah,
I want people to be able to thrive in that environment. And our best clients, again, are only the CEOs who actually know and operate with something I call humble authority, which means they don't have to be the smartest person in the room. In fact, they're wise enough to know that they don't have to know it all. They want to surround themselves with other good thinkers and then listen to their team. And I would say this to any CEOs out there: your team has super valuable information for you. They have their pulse on a connection to your customers. They have all of this information that in a fast changing business environment is really an asset that you want to tap into. Anything you can find out from your current clients helps you better be innovative and meet the future evolution of your business. But it's not very common that CEOs just naturally listen to their team. In
yeah,
fact, one of the things I noticed coming from a background in performing arts is that in the arts, I think there's a tendency to be naturally a little more collaborative, right? You're doing theater and someone does the lights, someone does the direction, we have the actors, and
yeah,
everybody has a vital part in having the show be successful, and we know that. Yet
yeah,
in business, sometimes there isn't, like, sometimes a lot of what we're doing is just helping teams have a really healthy collaborative think tank, which means having their meetings work in the right way where we can share ideas, solve problems together, let our thinking add to one another, right? And
mhm,
I think we're also at a tricky time with AI. I love AI. I think it has a super valuable time and place, especially for entrepreneurial businesses that need to be more cost effective. But
yeah,
at the same time, AI needs to be partnered with good human thinking to have the best output, right? So you still need your team and you
yeah,
need to listen to your team's input. And I think that we're going through a sort of evolution as these younger people are coming into the workforce and taking a stand for a healthy business culture, a healthy work-life balance, that it's going to continue to change, where your reputation as a company and your reputation as a CEO really does matter for attracting and retaining the best talent. But I
Yeah,
think some people have a blind spot still to how important that is to their success.
for sure.
Sorry, I'm going to drink some tea.
It's okay. No worries. Lots of great points. Lots of great points. Heather, we've covered a lot. What is the best way for people to reach out to you to work with you?
Yes, so you can find me on LinkedIn, Heather McGonigal, or Empowering Leadership Teams. And then, as I said previously, let's hop on a call and meet over Zoom so I can actually connect with you. And the best way to do that is to reach out at www.empoweringleadershipteams.com/coffee chat. And that gives you direct access to my calendar where you can schedule a 30-minute call where we could connect.
Awesome.
All right. Thank
This
you
was a
so
pleasure.
much. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. Yeah, no, this was fun. So that wraps up another insightful episode of Founders Future. To our listeners, if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to go to empoweringleadershipteams.com/coffee chat. Don't forget to subscribe to Founders Future wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. And if you are a business owner and you're looking to scale your business and really enhance your sales and marketing efforts, visit closers.io to discover how we can support your growth journey. Until then, keep on climbing.